Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to Good Morning La La Land. It's an absolute honor to welcome B. Howard to the show. He's a multi-platinum award-winning producer, recording artist, and wild talent.
Yes.
Thank you so much for being with us this morning.
Glad to be here.
We're so excited to share your light. I met you the other day, and I thought, wow, there is just this energy that radiates off you.
Oh, wow.
You're such a star, right?
Appreciate it. So
tell us a little bit about your past. You've been involved for music from a very, very young age.
Yeah. So they used to call me like a child prodigy. First thing, like, so I started making music for like guys like R&B guys like, Genuine and Drew Hill and these other types, going to Omarion, to Jason Derulo, to Neos and Vanessa Hudgens and so forth. So it's been a pretty wild ride coming up.
And you grew up around the Jacksons, right? I mean, you do look a lot like Michael Jackson. I'm sure you get that all the time.
Every now and again.
He's come back.
Occasionally.
Genesis, it's all over again, right?
Yeah. Well, a lot of that, we came up, and a lot of that is like my home training and stuff with my mother singing and all of my family being performers and stuff. It's easy to learn without learning. It's like, you ever hear people going to music school and stuff like that? Like, I never used to credit them for, my work and my talent, but honestly, as I think back on it, it's like, it's an automatic music school. It's like the best of the best at their time. You're just soaking it in as you're just playing.
Well, your mother, Mickey, she's been nominated for Grammys.
Oh, yeah.
How many albums has she put out at this point?
She's put out quite a few albums. I'm trying to compete with that.
She must be really proud of you.
Yeah, she is very much so. At first, everyone was nervous and stuff like that, but handling myself, going across the world and seeing different fans and stuff, and now trying to bring it back home. And she's watching me grow as an adult and as an artist, and being responsible along the way.
Right. So I'm curious to know, so you're obviously, Genesis is the name of one of your projects, and curious to know what your take is on this whole spiritual thing in this life. What do you think? How do you think we create? What is your kind of faith?
My faith, I really believe that, everyone's an energy. And we all are born with the ability to know what feels good, which is what's right, and what feels bad and what hurts other people. And I think that the more that we tune into ourselves and connect to others, we're able to enlighten others. We're able to lift each other up, and we'll be able to go to the next dimension of consciousness. I mean, that's my belief. And I tell it my first record, Genesis, because it was Genesis for me. Moving from being a producer, doing all that stuff in World Cup, to becoming a forefront artist, to be able to inspire other people and inspire, people outside of this circle.
Right. So do you ever channel? Like, I have spiritual artist friends, and they literally say that Michael Jackson comes to them.
Wow, really?
And I'm like, I swear. And I'm like, okay, so obviously he's a big spirit. Does he ever come to you? Do you ever feel like his presence coming through your art at all?
Among other people, I don't really channel. I don't know.
We're going deep on this.
What I do believe, and what my mother and everyone says, is that he and a lot of others come and they're like with me during my journey. Other people that like Gerald Levert and other people that have passed or whatnot that I've known and that have been very close to me. They come and they protect me. That's what they say. I'm just like, okay, thank you. And every now and again, I feel like there's somebody there, like always playing jokes or something.
It is incredible, and I have to agree with both Erin and Jez. Like, your music is deeply inspiring, and you're absolutely right. It's feel-good music. Like, I feel good listening to. I feel better than I, after having listened to anything that you've produced. And so I wonder, because you've worked with so many incredible people and so many incredible talents, what's the creative sort of experience for you like? Is it a feel-good experience, or are there tough moments when you're trying to come up with a creative idea? What has that been like in terms of just the creative making process?
There's both.
Yeah.
Everything has a balance sometimes. There is a balance. Some days you can flow like water, and some days it's like you're constipated. But no, honestly, it's like you have a lot of different variations, but at the end of the day, if it's working and it's flowing, then it flows.
We talk a lot about being in the flow.
Yeah.
How do you get in your flow state?
Starts with my day. Most of my day and how it begins is how it ends. And one of the most important things about it is making my bed.
Really?
Yeah, if I like doing some things personally, like, washing my clothes. I like doing that. And I like making my bed. When I wake up in the morning and I make my bed, no matter if I'm at my hotel or I'm at home, and I do that, I know my day goes well. When my bed is not made or it's chaotic, sometimes it's kind of tough to get through my day. So that's like my creative process in my mind. It's kind of off.
It's a ritual
Yeah.
of sorts. And I had a friend who always told me, make your bed, make your day.
Yes, yes, I believe in that completely.
You've made some incredible projects, worked with incredible artists. Do you have a favorite or a most memorable experience?
A most memorable experience would have to be, honestly, making the World Cup thing. That was very memorable, and the amount of time it took for me to make that song and get the song approved, and working with Sony and everybody like that. And, it took about a good month and a half to actually create and get it finally approved, and with the Soweto singers, and getting Wyclef and Jasmine Sullivan coming here, and Jay Pre coming from South Africa. It was just such a hard thing to make, because it was so important, and because Mandela and all these guys were behind it. It was his original song, and it was my debut. And then once I got my debut on the song, when I recorded it, they actually kind of tried to change it up, my credits. So I had to fight for my credits for that. And at the end of the day, we got it. It was a really nice review, and everybody really enjoyed it. That was my most memorable experience, coming out as an artist and coming out to the forefront.
And now you're in, doing Asia and all kinds of places. Is there a culture that you're really resonating with?
I think love resonates through all of them. Every culture and every place I've been, I just been coming into Europe and Poland, and everywhere I've gone, is like the same, and they're just like so loving. In Pakistan, so much love, and I can talk about Pakistan right now because I just recently went there, and people have a different visual of Pakistan than what it actually is. And when I've gone there, and how much love and how much they cling on to you, and the music is one thing, and who you are and what you carry and what you represent, and how that inspires people to become better, and how that whatever they feel is better, and I'm happy about that, because some of my peers, unfortunately, they've had to change their image for whatever reason. They don't get to control their image.
Right. You're clearly so talented. Do you think this is just God-given? Is it something like, how much of it is straight up God-given versus how much you really have to develop your talent?
Both. People are born with their talents. People are born with things, great. But your talent, and being able to develop your talent, putting the time into your talent, dedicating yourself to your craft, that's the most important thing you can do, because that's how you get better at whatever you're doing, even in your business.
We have a look at one of your recent music videos. Let's take a peek.
Okay.
Crazy, but I'm serious. I'm serious. Hoping you know now. You might think I'm jealous, cause I need your love. Girl, you know my style. Don't say you love me, turn the lights down. It's gonna be me. Don't say you love me. Just don't say you love me. Turn your body right round. Just don't say you love me. Don't say you love me.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. I remember that.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Very memorable.
Yeah.
You have such a light in person and on screen. So what about acting? We know you've been in projects with LaToya Jackson before. What was that experience like? Do you think you'll continue to pursue that?
Yeah. That was more like a reality TV show, and we were being on there together and stuff. I think I would love to do more experience with that. I'd love to try being a bad guy. I want to be a bad guy in a movie. I want to do some vampire movies, because I love horror films.
Really?
I love horror films so much, and I love all these nostalgic, films. I like, oh gosh, what's Evil Dead and I love Twilight, stuff like that. I want to do something like that.
You even in 2018 portrayed Michael Jackson in A Lifetime of Two
Yeah,
Chords.
yeah.
What was that like for you?
It was weird. Corey Feldman, I've known him since I was a kid. He's kind of like a godfather almost. And it was like, He felt that because of our relationship and stuff like that, and he felt it was the best, thing for me to play that because we know personal behind the camera, different. And I was like, okay, I did it for him, and I did it to try to do something the right way, because some people portray him like different, and it's not like it's so different as the image, but it's not who he was.
And who was he to you?
Oh, he was cool as hell. No, like you grow up and you see everything, like people are who they are, and it's like sometimes you have to protect yourself. And I feel, crazy that, people have some opinions, the way they have them. But through my music and through what I'm doing, through what I represent, and I don't have to be boxed in the way he does. And my mom was like, he wanted to have what you have as far as your freedom and my image and controlling it the way I do. And I'm really lucky about that.
So what
I
do you
hope I
want?
honor that.
And you will, absolutely. What do you want your legacy to be? With the freedom to decide.
Like, I want my legacy to be exactly what I'm going. I want to walk my path and just like maybe somebody look back and see I did some things right and the things I did wrong. I think some things that I've done wrong early on was I was very afraid of who I was. I was very afraid of what I meant to people, and what I represent. And because it's a heavy thing. It's a heavy thing to go around and people crying for you all the time, and and that kind of feeling and what your responsibility has to be. No one wants to have that responsibility of having to always do the straight and narrow. But I relax, have fun. I have a great upbringing, and I'm confident I'm not going to make those kind of mistakes.
I think there's like as we advance and we're given more in this universe, we have more responsibility with that for sure. And some people, take that and bring grace back to the world, and some others kind of, misuse it. And it's beautiful to watch you in blooming and finding your way and living your truth. So thank you so much for all of the art and love that you're bringing the world.
Wow, thank you. That's the first. Wow, that's really nice.
That's so sweet.
Plan to release more music in the U.S. soon?
Absolutely. There's a song that was just recently released, Night and Day 3.0. And I was really surprised, like that song, it was got me Best New Artist Award. I was like, wow.
Love that song.
Right.
Yeah. So that's the song that I'm currently releasing. And then there's another one called Loud and Lose Control. There's so many different songs that I've created. And actually, I'll be working with Molly Mall, J-Lac, Usher's brother. He's amazing. Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah.
We're playing right now.
Oh, yeah.
So we know that you're also have a new manager.
Oh, yeah.
So your career is really kind of projecting and taking a new direction.
Yeah.
What's next for you?
Magazine covers, working, the next level. Like a lot of things are basic things and the big things I've got done. But having a manager helps you set all the foundation in place. New management makes a big difference.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Well, if there's an intuitive factor in me, I say you're already huge, but watch out. I just have to say,
I'm working.
Wait, there's quantum leap level so keep it up.
Thank you so much.
Keep us dancing, because that's what we need in our lives.
Where can everyone find and follow your journey?
You can find me at bhowardofficial.com, instagram.com/bhowardofficial. I hope to see you guys there. #BeHoward. Thank you guys for having me here.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
We'll be back tomorrow. Good morning, LaLa.
Ain't nobody business. We're about to put these kids in